every success in life is very intentional, not a luck or just a coincidence. Today we have one young man I've known for quite some time. We knew each other while we were much younger. And today, through some intentional decision and steps for life, is making a lot of great progress in South Africa. This is none other than Dr. Jason Musyoka, who happens to be someone who is well versed as far as marketplace is concerned, and at the same time is a minister of the gospel. Today, I'd like to invite him and share with us what are some of life philosophies which he has used while away from Kenya, and it has made him to have great success as a businessman and as a minister of the gospel. Let's invite Dr. Jason Musyoka, even as he joins us today and speaks to us some great inspiration for life. Karibu sana, Dr. Jason Musyoka.
Much. So my name, as you've heard, is Jason Musyoka. I hold a PhD in business leadership and a master's in development economics, and I straddle professionally between development economics and business leadership, and that encapsulates consulting work, particularly around economic strategies in South Africa, in the region, SADC, but I've also done a lot of work in other regions such as ECOWAS and IGAD. And I'm also a global consultant to the United Nations on a number of very important studies, including the NIAM, the Human Development Report in Kenya, which I'm leading a list of academics or scholars who are developing that report for the United Nations Development Program. I'm also the founder of the Frontline Group, a research firm that is headquartered in South Africa, Pretoria, but it has its reach far and wide. Again, we do extensive work within the continent and farther afield, including countries such as Mauritius, which we've continued to reach out beyond the continent. And then thirdly, I am also the founding principal of the Frontline Training Institute, and that's also a continent-wide program that is currently being accredited both by South African authorities, but also by Commonwealth regional institutions. And fourthly, I am also a researcher based at the University of Pretoria at the Center for Mediation in Africa. And then number 5, I'm also a theologian. I run a ministry known as the End Time Revival Ministries, which makes use of my theological training. And as far as the preaching ministry or gospel ministry is concerned, we do apologetics work, we do evangelism work, and we do training work also among ministers. So in summary, that's my professional life, but linked to that, I am a family man. I am married to one wife and 2 wonderful kids, 10-year-old and an 8-year-old, Zoe and Liam, who are our beloved kids. I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much. Back to you, Reverend Collins.
Yes, as you have heard about his credential, I believe he is an authority, and listening to him today and many other episodes which will be coming in Rebuilding Family Foundation can become great inspiration for you. But much more than that, what are some of the gifting, talents, and background of his day-to-day life, which he has really shifted and converted it to become a point of reference for his success? Because I believe in one way or the other, to where we are today has a lot to do with several factors which have taken place behind us. But our tomorrow has a lot to do with the decisions we make today. What did he do? What concept did he use that you may learn and use and also progress in your day-to-day life? Let's get to listen from him even more. Yes, yes. Philosophy. Which philosophies did you pick and come up with so that you can get to where you are today? Still a corporate individual and a pastor in South Africa.
That is a question of seeking a meaning and a purpose and a destiny in life. Those are three fundamental things. What is your meaning? What is the meaning of your life? What is the purpose of your life? And what is your destiny? And those questions a lot of people go through without really asking fundamentally those questions. Now, let me come back to answering then those three questions for myself. The idea of being a preacher for me as a young man growing up, I felt that that was the sense of, it gave me a sense of meaning. I wanted to say at the end of my life, I have done something that is somehow consequential, that I have to present to God. But that was very limited, and as I said earlier, a very tunnel vision. And there is a second aspect of what is my purpose. It's not just what I have to work for in life, but what satisfies me. And I think with that, that's when I started questioning and asking, am I fully satisfied? Am I fulfilling all my talents? And then the third question, of course, is the question of what is my destiny? Ultimately, where do I want to go in life? So asking those major questions, a lot of people don't ask those questions in their daily lives. They really leave as I said, Albert Camus' philosophy of useless passion and just running around the truck. So for me, the search for meaning, and I figured out that I love specific things. I love social life, sharing, and all of that. And that's very important for me. Generosity and making sure that other people's lives are better in one way or another. And I also figured out that I love talking. And that is not a consequence of it's not a random consequence. Talking is a talent. If you structure, you study, you begin to realize that you can make use of these public platforms or conversation to persuade people. So the idea of conversation and talking, my wife always accuses me that I love talking a lot, but I said, look, I can't help it. It's a talent. And then the third thing that I found that I was satisfied with is writing. So I figured out that I love to reach out to people and I empathize with people. I tend to be generous to the extent possible. I realized that I have a gift of public talking and public speaking. And then thirdly, I have a talent of writing. If you lock me in the Northern Hemisphere somewhere where all I do is just reaching out to people and talking and writing, you don't even have to pay me. I'm very satisfied with that. But then the way God has designed these things, it is so that your talents that you're most comfortable with, it is your opportunity to meet opportunities. Now, let me just repeat that. It's your opportunity to meet other opportunities, because people pay you for doing things. They pay you for writing. They pay you for public speaking. They pay you for all of these things that are really your gift and talent. But what you pursue most is not so much the payment. It is just that it is the systems that God himself has created so that we can enhance our talents and our gifts and leave a mark in the world. So those three aspects, as I said, discovering your talent becomes very critical, and asking yourself those hard questions and asking your friends what you're good at, and realizing that there are some things that you're not good at. Those that you're not good at, you begin to minimize your attention, but then you focus your full diligence and discipline and determination on your gifts and talents, which in my case, as I said, I've realized that those are talents I have. Let me add one thing, Reverend Collins. I like arguing, and again, you can turn that to the negative. The idea of arguing, and I remember there are a lot of conversations where I've been shut down and I've been told you just want to argue for the sake of it. My wife has accused me for arguing for the sake of arguing, but I realized also that it's a talent. It's a talent that I can make use of those logical arguments for the gospel, which is where my theological apologetics come in. And I love the public debates and debating with people. I can't help it but to debate and to try and prove other arguments that I don't see their logic to be absurd, and to point out the internal contradictions of arguments that are put forward. So you can make use of that. Those are talents that sometimes we shut them down in our children. We think that they are simply argumentative. We think that they are simply too playful. We think that they are not taking life serious. But in actual sense, what we are really doing is shutting down the opportunities for their growth of their talents. And I'm very grateful that I got the opportunities that I got to enhance these talents that otherwise, if you simply find them out there in the market, you might shut them down as non-consequential. And yet, as far as I'm concerned, tremendous talents that I'm forever grateful to God that he has given me those talents. And I use them to advance business. I use them for academia purposes. I use them for theological apologetics and all of those opportunities that I find.
I just want to be where you are, dwelling daily in your presence. I don't want to worship from afar. Draw me near. Draw me near to where you are. I just want to be where you are, in your dwelling place forever. Take me to the place where you are. So I just want to be with you. I just want to be with you. I want to be where you are, dwelling in your presence, feasting at your table, surrounded by your glory, surrounded by your glory, in your presence. That's where I always want to be. I just want to be. I just want to be with you. I just want to be where you are. To enter boldly in your presence. To enter boldly in your presence. I don't want to worship from afar. Draw me near to where you are. Oh my God, you are my strength and my song. And when I'm in your presence, though I'm weak, you're always strong. Yes, you are. I just want to be where you are, dwelling daily in your presence. Dwelling daily in your presence. Oh, that's our prayer. I don't want to worship from afar. Draw me near. Draw me near to where you are. I just want to be where you are, in your dwelling place forever. In your dwelling place forever. Take me to the place. Take me to the place where you are. 'Cause I just want to be. I just want to be with you. I just want to be. I just want to be with you. Make it your prayer tonight. I just want to be. I just want to be with you. Lord God, that's our prayer. More than anything else tonight, God, we want to live and dwell in your presence. To learn to be surrounded.
Thank you very much. I'm really happy for you listening to Dr. Jason Musyoka. If you want to listen a whole hour of his inspiration, go back to our YouTube channel, Rebuilding Family Foundation. Just go back to YouTube channel, Rebuilding Family Foundation. You're going to get Dr. Jason Musyoka with his presentation, and you're going to learn from him. Apart from that, we'll be inviting him more and more so that we can learn, add value to ourselves, add wisdom to ourselves, and enlighten ourselves. God bless you so much. Welcome again. This is Collins Bolo, founder, Rebuilding Family Foundation. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. God bless you.